We have breaking news coming out of Carolina of a coaching change. Not Frank Reich being fired, but he is no longer calling the offensive plays. It will now be Thomas Brown, who has been the offensive coordinator for this team since the beginning of the season, but Frank Reich was calling plays, and I expect for it to be some big changes with the offense. I don't expect for it to happen overnight, but this was a beautiful move to make, especially with this team being in their bye week. They don't play anyone this week. It's a rest week. Get some of those guys back that have been injured. Hopefully, Austin Corbett can come back after this bye week. He has not been able to play a single snap this season as he's still recovering from that offseason knee injury, and the offensive line definitely needs his help, and the offensive line needs to step up. But with that being said, I expect for Thomas Brown to come in and make a lot of changes to this offense. It may be the same play calls, but just a different philosophy behind it. Stop calling so many screens, for one. Everything is behind the line of scrimmage with Frank Reich. And when they had good things going against the Miami Dolphins and they scored those first 2 touchdowns, everything went out the window. I expect for Frank Reich to still have some type of input with the offense, but Thomas Brown will be the main offensive play caller. And this is an offense that needed a change of direction and just some new blood in there. They're 21st in rushing, 22nd in total offense, 22nd in passing. And then you had that one crazy game when Andy Dalton came in against the Seattle Seahawks and lit up their defense. But besides that, the offense has been able to get things going. Wide receivers besides Adam Thielen have been able to get open because it's the same generic slant concepts, the same generic curl concepts. Hopefully Thomas Brown can come in and change and make everything easier for Bryce Young and make it easier for him to see the field. The offensive line does have to play better, especially the tackles on this team, especially Icky at the left tackle position. Was a rookie last season, has had a lot of struggles this season so far. He has to play better. Most definitely, he has to play better with this team, especially with him being a first-round pick from a year ago. Another thing with this offense, Miles Sanders should no longer be the bell cow running back for this team. It should be Chuba Hubbard. He should get majority of the carries. Looked good against the Miami Dolphins, has looked better this entire season than Miles Sanders. I understand they paid Miles Sanders big money, and that was a Frank Reich type of move. That's the running back that they have with the Philadelphia Eagles. And you also had the running backs coach with the Philadelphia Eagles, who is now the running backs coach with the Carolina Panthers, and Coach Deuce. They both wanted him on this roster. Hasn't panned out, averaging 3.1 yards a carry, and has a fumbling issue as well. And he has dealt with some injuries as well. I think it's just time to still have him on the roster. He can still contribute, but just cut those carries in half, like how the Philadelphia Eagles did with him last season. He's going to also be interested to see who can step up alongside Adam Thielen for the next couple of games. This team is 0-6. I expect for them to get their first win in the next couple of weeks. I'm not saying that they're going to go out and just completely turn their season around like how they did last season with Steve Wilkes, but expect for it to be some new juice and some new anticipation with this offense. One thing that has been very bad for this Carolina Panthers team is the lack of time left on the clock. Bryce Young uses way too much time when it comes to setting up plays. It's always 2 to 1 seconds left on the play clock before it's time for him to just go on and snap the ball. And when you look at those type of situations, that's a quarterback that's not 100% trusting what he's seeing on the field. He's just trying to eyeball out some plays. Go out there with some anticipation, go out there with some tempo offense and fix things and try to get this team just to move faster offensively. That's all that you can really look for with this Panthers team. But I love the move. I was calling for this move to happen after week 2 when they lost against the New Orleans Saints. And this is a Carolina Panthers team that has only scored 10 points against the Atlanta Falcons in week 1, 17 points against the New Orleans Saints in week 2 in that Monday Night Football game. And that touchdown 2-point conversion attempt came within the last minute of the game. So New Orleans Saints was just playing shell coverage and letting them get whatever they wanted. Then you look at week 3, they did score 27 points against Seattle Seahawks defense, but the Seattle Seahawks defense is nothing to write home about at the time. Against the Minnesota Vikings, they only scored 13 points and they had a pick 6 in that game. So your offense is only able to go out and score 2 field goals. Against the Detroit Lions, they did score 24 points, but the game was over with at halftime. The Detroit Lions are also going out and playing shell coverage as well. And against the Miami Dolphins, they only scored 14 points as an offense. The last touchdown came with a pick 6 on defense. So 14 to 21 points were just on offense alone. So they have to go out and do a better job of scoring the football, do a better job in red zone situations to try to cross the 50-yard line more and get Bryce Young on the move. I understand he's undersized, but utilize him more with his mobility. But let me know in the comment section below, did the Carolina Panthers make the right decision by forcing Frank Reich to give up the playbook to go to Thomas Brown? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.